Hello everyone, now we're going to listen to the story A Father Who Became a Mother. Soraya, a man of name and reputation, was already the father of 2 sons. One morning, as he and a friend were on their way to bathe in a nearby river, they happened to pass a monk whose glowing complexion kindled desire in Soraya's heart. "Oh, how I wish my wife had that same beautiful golden skin," he thought. Hardly had he completed his wish when he experienced a strange physical sensation. To his horror, he realized that he had been changed into a woman. Too ashamed to return home and face his family and friends, he, now a she, decided to go and live in a city far away. In her newly adopted home, Soraya was introduced to a rich merchant who had an eye for beautiful things. He asked Soraya to marry him, and she accepted. Not long after, she gave birth to a son, and not long after that, another one. One day, a friend from her hometown happened to come to her house on business. Although he did not recognize her, she immediately recognized him and started asking about her family. He did not know who she was, but was intrigued that she would be so concerned about people she had never met. Finally, Soraya revealed to him who she really was and recounted what had happened to her on the day she had wrongful thoughts about a handsome monk. The friend then advised her to have one of her servants go and look for the monk and invite him to their home for a meal. In that way, he said, she could explain to him what had happened and ask for his forgiveness. It was not easy locating the monk, but he was finally found and taken to Soraya's house, where he was fed well. After the meal, Soraya ashamedly related that she had once been a man, but because as a man she had had wrongful thoughts of him, she had turned into a woman. She was now full of regret for her past action. The monk listened carefully and forgave her. As a result, Soraya changed back into a man again, immediately. Of course, the man who used to be Soraya's husband was left stunned by the transformation of his wife. But being of a gentle and compassionate nature, he invited Soraya to continue to live with them since, as a woman, he was really the mother of their sons, and he, the father. So, even if Soraya was no longer a woman, the sons had all perished when the roof of their house collapsed on them during a violent storm. Driven to madness by her tragic misfortunes, Patakara wandered around aimlessly, until one day she found her way to a monastery where the Buddha was staying. There, she tearfully recounted to him how she had lost her sons, husband, parents, and brothers, all at one time. The Buddha consoled her